Hi YouTube, this is Christian Brindle, Medicare Health Plan expert and specialist located just about 20 minutes outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. And today I wanted to talk with you about Idaho Medicare supplement plans. I thought this would be a fun little video to talk about because just because we're in Utah doesn't mean we can't help people in Idaho. We're actually licensed to do business with people in 10 different states, and Idaho is one of them. And we love working with people in Idaho and their Medicare supplements, so we thought this might be a little fun video to kind of talk about. And we decided to look at Idaho Falls just as an example. It's that way you can kind of see exactly what insurance companies are costing what the prices are at the moment and who's competitive and who's not. Just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea about what's competitive and what's not in the state of Idaho. So without further ado, let's get into it. I thought that we would look at a Plan G to start out with. If you're not familiar with Medicare supplements, they're basically letter-designed plans by Medicare that are basically designed by Medicare in terms of how much of the 20% Medicare leaves behind that they're going to pay. They all basically pay a different amount. Plan G is my personal favorite plan at the moment, and it basically pays everything that Medicare leaves behind with the exception of about $198 deductible one time per year. And that's basically all they have to pay. You don't have co-pays every time you see a doctor like it's plans like a Plan N or something like that. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. Let's say we're looking for someone that's turned 65 and who's female in Idaho Falls. This will show me every single insurance company in that market and in that area. So bear with me. It's going to be a little slow on me for a second here. Here we go. So at the moment, it looks like the cheapest Plan G that you can get. And for those of you who don't know, Medicare supplement plans are standardized. Basically what that means is every single insurance company that offers a Plan G or a Plan N or a Plan F or any of these Medicare supplement plans, the benefits are identical across the board, which basically means that it's not any different in terms of coverage no matter how much you pay. They all just charge a different premium, but they also have different rate increases. I typically like to stick with more of the bigger name companies. I call them blue chip insurance companies to kind of prevent rate increases from being too large, and typically those bigger insurance companies have an easier time spreading risk around, and all Medicare supplement plans raise your prices as you get older. There's no way around that. It's just we try to find the lowest possible rate increases over a long period of time that we can possibly find for you. So at the moment, the lowest price insurance company you can get is this company, Union Security Insurance Company. Now it looks like this particular line of plans they have has only been active since January 1st of 2020. That's not a very long time. We can also see their rate increase history, and it's so new they don't even have a rate increase yet. And as in 2019, they only had 3 customers in the state of Idaho. That doesn't strike me as very safe. You know, I don't feel very comfortable with that. Then we have good old Mutual of Omaha. Looks like they have yet to have a rate increase. So that's something that's fairly interesting. But Mutual of Omaha has been around a long time, and they're a big company. Central States and Life Company of Omaha is another company. They looks like they had a 6% rate increase this year, and they didn't have one before that, I guess, but it's only been around since 3/1 of 2020, which is kind of interesting. National Health, which is basically the National General Company, they've had a bigger rate increase, about 9%. That's a little more than I typically like to see. Humana doesn't look too bad. They have about, since 2015, they've had an average rate increase of about 3% a year, which is very good. We like to see typically under 5% if we can. Cigna hasn't been too bad, but this past rate increase was 9%. That's a little more than we like to see. But overall, the average has been pretty good. There's Americo. They've only had that 1 rate increase. Guaranteed Trust Life, which is GTL for short, they just had a 10% rate increase, but the rest of the years don't look too bad. 2020 has been a bad year for rate increases in general for a lot of carriers because of COVID and things like that. Aetna's typically pretty good. They went down in price in 2018, but then they've had 2 back-to-back years with 9%. Transamerica, 15% just a few months ago. It's kind of scary. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Idaho, they had a 10% rate increase in January. AARP, which they typically are very competitive and very good in terms of rate increases because they have over 4 million insured people nationwide, so they can typically spread risk around pretty well. They have 30% of the market, but they're a little pricier starting out. But they're typically pretty reliable in terms of that. Another Americo company, Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield of Idaho, which we typically love to work with. We work with them here in Utah. Thrivent, Everest, United American, which has been around a long time, but they're pretty expensive right off the bat. So you kind of get an idea there. Now let's say we were wanting to look at a Plan N, which we can do. Now a Plan N is typically going to be the same benefits as a Plan G in terms of the deductible. You're still going to have to pay that Medicare Part B deductible, which in 2020 is $198 one time a year, but a Plan N also charges up to $20 to see a doctor. Could be less, but it's up to $20 per doctor visit and $50 per emergency room visit. It also doesn't cover what's known as Medicare Part B excess charges, but that's typically not charged. It's very rare. You don't see it very often. In some states, it's not even legal. But a Plan N is a cheaper plan that maybe just doesn't have as good of coverage because of the copays. But sometimes it's a nice, cheaper alternative to a Plan G. Union Security, it looks like, is the best rate at the moment for the Plan N. And then we have Central States Health and Life, which doesn't look terribly bad. We have Mutual of Omaha, Omaha Insurance Company, in that market, which doesn't look too bad either. Then you have National Health, which is the National General Company. 7%, which we don't like. A lot of times you're going to see Plan Ns don't have as high of rate increases as Plan Gs because, number one, people don't go to the doctor as much because they know they're going to have to pay that copay, so the claims don't get paid out as much. People are a little bit more hesitant. But also Plan Ns don't participate in what's known as guaranteed issue, which basically means if someone is canceled off of a certain insurance like a retiree plan or a Medicare Advantage plan that pulls out of a market, they can get any Medicare supplement that participates with guaranteed issue with no health questions, whereas with a Plan N, they don't participate in that. So sometimes they're taking on less people with chronic problems every year than a Plan G might. So there's something with that. We have Cigna, we have Guaranteed Trust Life. So you can kind of get an idea here. Americo, Humana, Aetna, Transamerica, Great Southern Life, Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield, which this is interesting for Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield. Since 2018, according to all the data we have here, they do not yet to have a rate increase. So how about that? Don't see that every day. You have AARP, which has an average of about 4.8%, which is never bad. Over a long stretch of time as well, we have it since 2013 up until 2020, which is a very big sample size that it gives us here. Everest, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Idaho, which they actually went down in price here in 2017, 17.5%. My company is able to offer a lot of Medicare supplement companies, not all of them, but a majority of them. So if you'd like to contact us, I'm going to put our contact information here on the screen. Give us a call if you live in Idaho and you'd like to talk about your Medicare supplement or you'd like to look at see what Medicare supplement plans might best fit your needs. Give us a call today. 801-255-5340, 801-255-5340. Ask for Christian. My name's Christian Brindle. I'm with Christian Brindle Insurance Services. If you like this video, please let us know by dropping a like on it. Comment on what you'd like to see on future videos and subscribe for future Medicare and insurance-based content. Have a great day, everybody.